Don King, when's the next fight? Today we're going to start off with a little fishing, because supposedly a storm is a-brewing, and it is coming in fast. And I figured I'd give you a real-world scenario of what it's really like to have a solar system on your rig when a storm or overcast is pretty much blocking your solar panels. Because as you can see, the way I have it designed and set up on the top of my bus is I got four 460 watt solar panels. And these are actually bifacial, even though I don't use them bifacial. In my cozy little server rack closet here, I got my EG4 3000 watt inverter and a 5 kilowatt hour battery. So after we go do a little bit of fishing, I will show you what it's like to cook. I will show you exactly what the solar system reads out in a bad overcast day to give you real world scenario if you are boondocking or dry camping and you don't have electrical hookups. So it is not raining yet. This is where we stand. So pretty much I am pulling in 582 watts of solar, and it is charging at 5.4% an hour. I have 35% battery, and it is currently 11 o'clock. Now, I haven't fished this lake much, but the few past times when I have fished this lake, I pulled out some pretty decent sized bass. Figured we give this little area a try. Must be some kind of like inlet to intake water from the lake. I don't have a clue what it is. This bird keeps following it, just waiting for one flat fish. I don't know what to tell you, everybody. I'm just not getting no action. Got a few bites here and there. They usually love these young worm baits. Looks like something comes out here and there's a nice little fire out by the lake. It's a great location, especially for a tent. Well, it started raining, so I guess I'm gonna head back now. But I gotta stop at the grocery store on the way home. Just got home from the grocery store. Let's see what we got. Computer, turn on lights.
Let there be light.
So, what do we get? Today, I am gonna make my famous fajitas. They're not fajitas. I call them fajitas because if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta's mean. And these suckers, when I cook them, they're mean. So I got some fajitas. Oh, how you doing, Rocky? What you doing? What are you doing? Come to visit? No. It's gonna rain, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe we'll go camping tomorrow. But got that. Got some cheese. Fajita seasoning. The one thing I can't show you that I took all the meat off of yesterday was a rotisserie chicken from the Sam's. That is the secret ingredient to my famous fajitas. But I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna make some seasoned potato wedges. And I'm gonna fire up the griddle. Computer, turn on griddle.
Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
I'm gonna set this Bad Larry to 390. That's the sweet spot for this griddle. And I think I'm just gonna do like a bacon and cheese, because it's pretty much what I have on hand. So I'll make some burgers. Throw some bacon on this bad boy. I like to start with the bacon because it kind of greases up the griddle. And when I put the burgers on there, the burgers will stick less, and I think they cook better. It also gives the burgers like a really good char, you know, like restaurant quality. One thing I love about this Blackstone griddle, which I think this is the 14-inch, as they call it. It's only got the one burner, I guess you could say. It's got the glass lid, so when you're in a schoolie like this, it blocks all the grease from splattering everywhere in my bus. One thing I learned about after having an RV, I am very keen on quickness and organization. So if you can see, I have all my spices lined up here, including my oil. I got the big spices here, honey, and my griddle's right there. And I put these little hangers in, so not only will they not fall when I'm within travel, it's easy to grab, you know, quick, grab it, boom. Then behind me is a sink, just throw them in the sink. I got my eggs that I store here. I eat them pretty fairly quick. I have a hanger for my bananas. Over here, I store potatoes and my onions. And I would put the green pepper over there if I wasn't cooking it. Up here on the top, this is where I put my breads. So I made a little shelf up here, utilizing the space. And then these would always fly off the shelf when I would drive. So I installed this little piece of trim. Problem solved. And then one of my biggest key factors is my food saver. I got my food saver bags here, but that food saver makes me meal prep 95% of all my meals. So when I put them in my freezer, everything is grab and go. So if I'm camping, I'm tired, I went on a long hike, I literally just grab a bag out of my freezer, throw it in the air fryer, Instapot, the griddle, grab my skillet, my frying pan, throw it on the induction cooker, and I'm ready to eat in whatever time it takes to prep that particular meal. So organization is key, and utilizing every corner and aspect of your rig. All right, I think we're ready for a flip. Steamy, just like a jacuzzi. I've said it before, but I love these silicone tongs. They are very good at being heat resistant. They don't melt, and they don't scratch the surface of my griddle. All right. These strips are ready. I think they are perfection. Because then they're going to crisp once you take them out and expose them to the air. They get nice and crispy, almost where they melt in your mouth. It's delish. So delish. Cool. What I love about using a griddle, pretty much there's like a little port back there. You just push all the grease back there. So that's why typically I tend to angle my bus because it's not level, a particular direction, because it goes towards almost everything within my bus. So the way I sleep, the way the water goes in my sink, the way the water is in the shower going to the drain, it has to be a particular angle to go down the drain, just like this. See, all the grease goes easily down the grease port, I guess you could say. So I love these things. I get them at Sam's. They're Angus flame grilled beef patties. I mean, I've tried them all, and I've made burgers myself, but for quick and easy and fast, these bad boys are good. And you can cook them from frozen, and you know they're cooked. Unless you like your burgers pink, I know my burgers are going to be cooked. So I'll let those cook for a while. Now, maybe I'll give you a little bit of burger television. He's a good boy. Good boy. Some good stuff. Good boy. It's good stuff, right? It's good stuff. It's good boys. It's good boys. So I think these guys are ready. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's good stuff right there. So what I like to do, when it comes to my burgers, I can zoom out a little bit. Now the cheese is nice and melty, throw the bacon right on there and it sticks. That piece I'll save for the dogs. You put your top buns on, give it a squish. So now, shut off our griddle. Computer, turn off griddle.
No Coke, only Pepsi.
And we are going to fire up our air fryer to put some fries in there. Computer, turn on air fryer.
Fry with me, calm, fry with me.
Now we are going with the seasoned potato wedges. That basically means that, they've been seasoned, not only with spices, but for 5 or 6 years, like wine. They just let the potatoes sit out there and season. I think this is a good year. We'll put these bad boys in here. Close the lid. Hit the power button. I found 16 minutes at 390. Well, these are the wedges, so they're a little thicker. So I'm probably going to do 20 minutes at 390. Now let's get a little bit of that food action. Cheese bacon burgers with some seasoned potato wedges. Tell me that don't look delish. especially coming from a schoolie. Well, after I made those burgers and the fries, which were completely out of this world, I ended up crashing. I got a food coma and I passed out. And I woke up and it's about 8 o'clock now. You know, I work 4 10s, so it takes a lot of energy out of me. But the storm that's coming in feels so great because it's been so humid and hot here recently. But just to show you, for example, it's about to be nighttime and my battery is only at 31%. So pretty much, if I want to run anything, which my fridge is running, and pretty much my various items charging at the moment, I will be depleted by the morning. So I will have to plug in. And that's why it's always good to have another backup source of electricity, which in my case, I am pretty much saving up for a dual fuel generator that will kick on. Hopefully, I can program it to kick on around 15 or 10% and charge by battery for when we run into bad solar days like I had today. Well, I just looked at the radar and it looks like we're in for another treat. You look over there. The way the weather's been lately, there really could be another tornado warning, which always scares me. Plus also, when you're living in a schoolie, it rocks. And I'm not talking about music. So it's the next day. I wasted a lot of my day yesterday because I fell asleep, so I'm sorry. I wanted to explain more on the solar system. Battery pretty much got down to about 31%, so I had to plug in because I knew if I didn't, my freezer, which has all my food, if the battery runs out of power, the freezer will thaw out. Then you have a big puddle in the bottom of your freezer. Then it's just a big hassle because then I gotta pull the plug on the bottom and release all the water, and it's just a chore. This is where I end the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my content. I hope you follow me on my adventures, my future upcoming adventures. Even though the weather was super bad yesterday, that's why my channel is called Nothing Like Tomorrow, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. So, peace out, everybody. I will see you on the flip side.